Okay, it's working once again. I ran it as an administrator. But I don't know how long these stats are gonna hold up. So we're gonna be watching the notifications and logs. Alright, so I think we need to go main menu. Can we do that?
Yeah.
I kinda don't wanna be Mr. Skinny anymore.
Yeah. Is it gonna pull me out, or do I just need to go?
You need to go too, usually.
Okay.
I was giving my I was giving the you buy me a 3080 or 3060, but more of a thinking. I don't know if my CPU actually will handle it. It won't. My GPU would become a raw. My CPU would become a raw bottleneck for the 3060.
Well, still be better performance than you have now.
Yeah, but that means I need to focus a lot of my performance, like a lot of my processing, as much as I can, onto a GPU. That means that a lot of the anti-aliasing and a lot of the graphicsing needs to be done on the GPUs. And since my CPU has to send the frames, I don't see me pushing above 300 plus is that I would be a possible option for the 3060. Because once things start moving around on like in games, that frame rate can dip a lot, and it makes the CPU work just a bit harder. 80% of CPU utilization is the max that I have seen in Overwatch. And that's just its main task was just pushing out frames, and that was at a max of 340 FPS when nothing was going on. With no quality fidelity, like no quality, like anything above high or off, or in lower off. So I think my PC is. I don't think it would be possible. Like, yeah, I could probably run Star Citizen the same way I am right now, but right now to Star Citizen, my only bottleneck is RAM and VRAM. That is my only bottleneck.
Is VRAM?
Yeah.
So which a new video card would address?
It would, but the question is, would it address it enough? So think about it. If my video card is being bottlenecked by VRAM for Star Citizen, is my CPU going to be able to handle said frame outputs? Even though it can push out this many frames, can my CPU handle? Because right now I'm sitting at a nice big ass crisp average 80%, and the GPU is only sitting at like 60 average, 67 average. And we're not going to talk about the surges and spikes of CPU usage. Like, yes, turning up my quality will reduce my CPU usage and increase my GPU usage. But the question is it a valid option to do that? Right? Like, do I sacrifice using dynamic super resolution and like to be able to see things better? Because 1080p is the limit for me to be able to snipe with Widowmaker. It is almost a bit too small, because why I wanted a bigger monitor I like a bit oversized monitors, just a bit, for certain resolutions. For 1080s, the size that you got me is actually quite nice between the 41-inch that I have as 1080p, which was nice because I was able to see things really well far away. And if I got any smaller, a lot of information that I could actually soak in would be gone from the monitor you've got me if we went any smaller. And that means that 720p at like probably a 21-inch monitor would be fine for me. It's just the higher the resolution I go, the bigger I need if I'm not wearing glasses or anything. And I typically don't wear my glasses playing
games. Yeah.
Because, well, I have a hat on, I already have a headset on, and those two clashing against the goddamn side of my head with the earpiece kind of hurts. Mainly on the right ear. Yeah, I had surgery near my right ear when I was much younger. You probably know that, right?
No.
Never heard about the 150 stitches I had?
No.
Oh. You never known this before, did you?
No.
1 year old had 150 stitches. Due to Microbacteria avium, a normal infection that most, if not all humans are usually immune to no matter what. It essentially is dirt. That's all it is. More or less.
Huh.
Yeah. Only
I still never found anybody to buy those rocks.
Really? You may need to go to admin office or something.
Is there one here? Tina? Probably not.
Each space station has an admin office. You just have to find it usually in the what is it? It starts with the G.
Galnet?
Gallion or Gallion, or I don't know. I've had the name correct one time. I forgot it. While you're waiting, I'm planning on having a bit of a fun time. I'm gonna go and joyride. Because my mission right now is to get my mercenary missions done to get myself into a guild.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I had that done before I had to reset my account to have access to the saber again so I can do mercenary missions properly again. But, yeah. So I probably ain't gonna be near any planets for long. I'm gonna be jumping quite a bit.
Alrighty.
So this one that I'm going to right now wants me to head 20 million kilometers away, which is at Hurston. Okay, heading to Hurston. You know, I went to go close my my bomb bay and turn off my weapons, and I hit it, and I think I actually hit it twice, resulting in closing then opening. I usually turn that on to reduce possibly getting yanked out of quantum traffic. The other small benefit is my shields can power up more or less fast. So once you get up to 100% power requirements, like the 100% they need, their regeneration process happens real quick, so I don't need to worry about them too much. I can sustain a bit of damage, but having those options off reduces my power usage and power consumption by pretty much all the way down to nothing. I'm at 0.02 usage out of everything.
So I got a question for you.
What?
Why when you were discussing like performance upgrades for your computer, why do you so like you seem to think that like a video card isn't your best upgrade option because
Neither do I think the CPU or RAM or any card right now,
well,
because I'm
okay,
stuck in
but
this limbo state where I have a
here's the
perfect
question.
balanced system.
So here's the question. Like, so you're talking about you got a VRAM issue. Well, the 1650 only has 4 gigabytes of DDR6, whereas
I have 6.
the 3060 has 8.
Okay, I've
So
seen Star Citizen soak up 10 gigabytes before. So you may also notice that your 1080 Ti's are pinned also on RAM, most likely. Let's say 3080 Ti's, but just say 2080 Ti's. I mean 1080 Ti's. They're most likely pinned on RAM also. But it doesn't mean that that's its working set. That means that's what its committed set is.
Shield. Weapon systems offline.
anyway,
But yes, right now the most people's limitations for Star Citizen are just their data throughput and the game being able to manage all its shit on one card. That's why I found that they had a SLI option in Star Citizen, which they still do. And before I wanted to come to your house, and since there was a lot of performance increases recently, before I found out that your 1080 Ti's were acting up, I wanted to test it out again. I wanted to see since all the performance upgrades were going to be good in any way. Or not upgrades, increase. Like, they've done some great ass shit to this game recently for performance, while also increasing quality by goddamn tenfold, more or less. Fucking hell. Can a man not jump to freaking Aberdeen for a quick second?
so how's the server running in your opinion? I'm wondering if you think it's healthy enough to do a cargo run or not.
Sometimes it is a good idea to ask some of the people in chat. If you do not
I don't want anybody to know I'm about to be running cargo.
just ask, how's the server doing? Okay. Well, if it was a little lag, I'm just gonna guess it was a player that had boatloads of ships that the server needed to load. decent cargo runs
Oh.
then.
So do you do you ever open up your I'm sorry, hold on one second here. The skyline in Mobiglass, do you ever open it up and it's where you're at?
No.
Or do
But
you always have to scroll and search and hunt?
where you can actually hit the little dot button right here, it'll go directly where you're at. It will never actually. It will be zoomed in on you, but it will not be it will not show your relative location on a map.
Alright, so I
So,
am
like,
there. Do you think that Gallog website is still good for
it's a bit
calculating cargo?
it's a bit broken right now, but
Is there a
yes,
better one?
it still works.
Okay.
It has when you try to search for an option, it has a shitload of strings of words and letters for no reason. It's like text that is supposed to be hidden, but somehow became not hidden.
Okay. Alright, so what is the most profitable shit here? Let's see.
Aegis combat assessment activated. Systems green.
So my brother Preston got another sword, yet again.
Another sword, like a real sword?
More or less, yeah. It actually functions as a real sword. But I would not call it like a sword that is meant for combat. Oh my fucking god.
What's a good
change-
station? What's a good place to sell to? Like where's the typical selling point?
What do you mean typical selling point?
Ah,
Give me a quick second. I need to deal with something quickly. You distracted me right now. Okay, I think I'm not good. Quickly change that. Okay. Oh my fucking god, change it! Thank you. There we go. We're good. Finally, flares are off of the keep I never use right now. You ever wondered, like, does the AIs understand what G-forces are? You ever wonder that?
um,
Proximity alert ahead.
Going for my next bounty hunting.
I gotta. So do you still use this Gallog site, or do you use something
I still
else?
use it. Yes.
I got a quick question for you then in regards to the filters. is there a way that I can have it quickly generate? Like I'm at this station, I'm at the ARC L1 station, and I'm willing to go anywhere. Is there anything that that they have at ARC L1 that I can sell for a profit someplace
Arc
else?
L1 usually just own, like most rest stops only have like scraps to
Okay.
sell, so not much.
Alright.
Yes, you can sell
Alright.
things there for a lot better, but there's usually not much. Usually.
Alright, so if you were to do a cargo run, what would you suggest?
What size ship are you going with?
Well, I was probably gonna run the Carrick.
Carrick? Okay.
I'm gonna do something, and I'm gonna do it.
Alright, well, Laranite would not be an option, because that's too much for, it's too little for not too big of a ship, and too, like, too, what do you call it? Can't think of the word. Intensive just a bit. So, and just a bit costly. So I'd go with like titanium, more or less, titanium or diamond.
Okay, so you're saying that I should buy titanium or diamond from someplace.
Yes. If you have like a smaller ship like the Mercury Star Runner, Laranite is a great option. But you can
okay.
only,
Well,
but that doesn't apply
okay,
to you. You don't have the Merc.
well, so I guess my question is two-part. Why is Laranite a better option than, like,
Because
say,
I can,
diamond?
well, I can fill up a Merc with Laranite in about 5 minutes. I can fill up over half the Mercury Star Runner with about 96 cargo units.
So, like, you're having to buy a box and go and put it in there, and
No,
like it doesn't
it's due
auto-load
to
anymore?
the restocking rate of how much Laranite or how much stuff it
Okay.
has.
Okay. So that answers the next question on why that is so great for a small ship, but not for.
Because you can transfer a full load and it will take less time to enter and exit atmospheres. Because think about it. Thinking about it in this perspective of, say, a Carrack and compared to a Mercury Star Runner, it can both. The Mercury Star Runner can exit and re-enter and land faster than, but it doesn't hold as much cargo. But it has all those benefits that are a bit better than, say, a bigger ship that you're only using by yourself. So I may have an easier time cargo running and a exit and re-entering atmospheres. That is the only issue why I did not like cargo running with bigger ships, was because it took forever. I've always preferred usually the freelancer, but the freelancer just felt too little for my requirements. But I did not like it for because titanium was the only option in the past. And I quickly grown to accept that the only options were certain things. I'm going to do. I just got done with another mission. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna kill some people that are still here. Most likely.
Okay, so if you were going to buy, like, you said diamond or titanium?
Yeah, diamond or titanium, but titanium is usually a better option. You can carry more per. You can carry more usually, and you don't have to sometimes wait for the refilling of the restocking of the location for too long. Like, yes, it does restock really fucking fast, but it's restocking time that you're limited to. Time is money, right?
Yeah.
Oops, I accidentally hailed you. I meant to click a different button. Let's see here. So if I was gonna go with the Mercury Star Runner and do layer Night, what I would probably normally do, it would be a bit. It would not be a bit much. Wait, I lost track. I was thinking of so many things. And there were. Was I saying the Star Runner or the other thing? If I was gonna go with the Mercury Star Runner and I had the I was gonna do a run, Layer Night would be the option. Anything that has a refill rate and a stock rate of lower than 100,000 is usually a no-go for anything bigger, any cargo size bigger than 100 SEU. Usually, depending on how much bigger, like say if it's like 150, maybe a bit better to go with something to fill up the rest of it, because you'll be waiting a bit long for refuel or for restock.
Yeah. Dude, I totally understood that like 20 minutes ago.
Okay. I'm gonna look into it to see if I can help you. Right now I'm killing some fools.
Proximity alert. Missile locked.
You threw those flares a bit late, bud. I decided to throw a thunderbolt on it for fun.
Missile locked. Missiles dry. Missile locked. Proximity alert. Shields under fire.
Yeah, funny enough, if you ever noticed, I went with symmetry on the saber for so the
You had enough? You had enough?
like the NBs would be on either side. Like I would have two like NBD 30s on the both on the wings, and then one on each. I guess the middles of the more central to the aircraft. You usually have it that way to not have that lopsided coloring. But I found that it is actually better, alternatively, to have two of the same on one side and two of the same on the other side. Wanna know why?
Why?
Because it is actually, so say if you got one of your wings knocked out, well now you have, like, you can knock out both wings simultaneously, both on time. So say if you somehow knocked out both wings. Well, now you only have your two center guns, and it may be highly probable that you knocked out something else. So now you're relying probably on possibly two high-powered weapons, most likely. So say if you have ballistics, which is sometimes, yeah, I have ballistics on here. If you knock out your laser cannons, you only have ballistics left, right? That's a good case right there, right?
Yeah.
So say you're really aggressive with your ballistic weapons and you use them kind of not thinking about too well of what of how much you have or anything, and not trying to consume it all in one go, and you're trying to get every shot you get. You're probably gonna run out faster than you probably wanted to.
One thing that I hope they change is the animations for going into quantum and leaving quantum.
Why is that?
I think that I think the jump into quantum is too abrupt. Like I feel like it should kind of like ramp up more instead of just be
You gotta
like,
understand, they recently actually turned into what it is right now because people were complaining about it taking so long.
75%.
So normally with the saber, to go the distance I was going, like say from Port Olisar to say the farthest point I can
I'm
go.
more specifically talking about the very brief start and very brief end. I'm not talking about the distance in between.
We skip first stage acceleration right now. That is why it's so fast. They removed the first stage completely.
Okay.
Yeah, for now at least. That's why it takes so long. People were complaining that it was taking so long, so we removed it. So we go straight into second stage usually, of second stage speed.
And then I don't like leaving quantum because that feels like a loading screen to me. Because it's just like you don't have any control of your ship, yet your ship is almost like at a standstill, and then it's just like, and then it pops and it's like you're out of quantum, and then you have control of your ship, and it's just a very jarring.
Quantum travel complete.
So those are my two things that I hope they work on. But it sounds like they've already just been kind of doing work on stuff for other reasons. So I'll wait until the product's